First, the highlight. Governor Sanwo-Olu unveils two housing projects in Surulere, Iponri. Renowned economist tasked government at all levels on industrialization, enforcement of made-in-Nigeria products. And on the foreign scene, United Nations aid convoy enters Gaza as Israel eases 11-week blockade. And in sport, Lagos edges Sokoto 25-24 in basketball thrillers at National Sports Festival. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo Anthony. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has unveiled two major housing developments in the state: the Olaleye New Town Estate in Iponri and the Mega Mount Greater Lagos Apartments in Obele, Oniwala, Surulere. Governor Sanwo-Olu described the project as a fulfillment of the state government's vision for a greater Lagos rooted in inclusivity, modern infrastructure, and community development. He also noted that beyond providing shelter, the project had created jobs, supported local businesses, and boosted economic activities in the surrounding area. Governor Sanwo-Olu commended architects, engineers, construction workers, and residents for their contributions and support during the execution of the project, reaffirming his administration's dedication to the Themes Plus agenda, which prioritized housing, urban renewal, and inclusive growth.
You have to deliver on all of those projects. You have to deliver on all of those. The one in Ibeshe, I can see that is going on. You have to complete it. Sokoto phase 3, you have to complete it. You have mentioned the one in Ekwe, it has to be completed. The one in Ajara, it has to be completed. I cannot remember in my head where the other ones, but you have to ensure that we do it. And the essay, your own assignment is to ensure that landlords are not killing us. You know it too well. That landlords are not just taking the rip of our people.
The governor urged prospective homeowners to nurture a spirit of community within the estate and encourage greater collaboration from the private sector to expand housing access across the state. The inauguration ceremony, which was attended by key stakeholders in the housing sector, highlighted the administration's continued commitment to addressing the housing deficit and improving quality of life for residents across the state. The Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has sworn in the board members of the Teaching Service Commission, TESCOM, the Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission, and additional member of the Lagos State Independent Electoral Commission. They are Abimbola Odubi, head Lagos State Electricity Regulatory Commission, and Mokulola Peregrino, Lagos State Teaching Service Commission. Speaking at the Lagos State House, Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu urged them to uphold the highest standard of integrity in protecting the interests of the state and improving the quality of lives of residents.
We believe that each of these commissions plays an independent but indispensable role in advancing Lagos State's Teams Plus agenda, which you all know is focused on innovation, is focused on good governance and inclusive growth. The challenges ahead, from educational transformation to incredible election and to energy sustainability, are significant, but they are surmountable through your expertise, your sheer resilience, and your dedication. I urge all of you there to uphold the highest standards of transparency, integrity, and professionalism.
In votes of assurance, Chairman TESCOM, Mokulola Peregrino, on behalf of others, appreciated the governor for entrusting responsibilities and confidence in them, promising to reciprocate by putting in their best in service delivery to the state.
We want to assure you that we will do our utmost best in ensuring significant improvements in our diverse callings. We wish to state further that we should fully align with the policy thrusts of the Sanwo-Olu-led administration to further advance the cause of transformative leadership.
That was the Chairman TESCOM, Mokulola Peregrino. We're still in Lagos State. The Lagos State government has presented e-survey documents to over 200 displaced allottees in Mayegun and Okwaja communities in the riverine area of the state. Through the Ministry of Waterfront Infrastructure Development, 200 illegal structures by the state waterfront were sealed and proper actions taken on them with their contravention notice and stop work orders served. Now, while over 200 hoodlums were arrested and cracked down on over 200 illegal dredging sites, Commissioner for Waterfront Infrastructure Development, Dayo, gave the hint at the ongoing ministerial press briefing at Alausa Ikeja to mark the achievements of Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration in the second year of the second term of its administration. Alebioshi noted that in the year under review, that state governments also introduced and acquired high-capacity pontoons for jetties in the state, which have been completed and at various stages of completion.
We are proud of the work that we're doing to transform our waterfronts into a vibrant and sustainable hub of economic growth, social activity, and environmental stewardship. These projects are a key part of our government's vision for the future, and we're committed to seeing it through to completion.
As part of proactive measures to address the growing threat of coastal erosion in Lagos State, Alebioshi announced plans to further scale up the deployments of greening technology, a proven coastal defense system along the state's vulnerable shoreline. Our correspondent, Adiola Kindele, reports that the ministry reaffirmed its commitment to working with international partners, federal agencies, and private investors to deliver long-term climate resilient solutions that will preserve the waterfront for Lagosians. But the Lagos State government successfully completed 171 roads, translating to 174.4 kilometers across the state from 2019 to date. Government has also executed major bridge repairs and routine maintenance operation, recognizing their essential role in ensuring safety and connectivity across waterways and high traffic corridors, while road infrastructures like expressway, inner streets, bridges, vehicular, and pedestrians are receiving statewide attention. Special Advisor to Governor on Infrastructure, Olufemi Daramola, stated this at the ongoing ministerial press briefing, where he listed completed road and bridge projects to include Alakbare Pedestrian Bridge, Abiola Onijemo Link Road with underpass in Ifako-Ijayi. Others in Alimosho, Etiosa, Lekki, Mainland, Amuwodofi, Asolo, Odoyalaro and Odoyalaro bridges. Daramola highlighted ongoing road bridges, including Okwebi Mende Link Bridge, Lagos Badagry Expressway, Agric Ishawo, Arepo Ikorodu, Berigwe Road, Okwafo Omu Creek Road with bridge, Old Ojo Road, Lagos Island network of roads, while intensifying the implementation of 2052 Lagos State Development Plan as the state make efforts to make investment the backbone of its developmental agenda and its open economic corridor.
Lagos is no longer just preparing for the future, it is building it. As one of the world's fastest growing cities and Africa's economic powerhouse, the challenge is clear. Build infrastructure that not only meets today's needs, but is also resilient enough for the Lagos of 2052 and beyond. The Lagos State Development Plan 2052 provides a long-term vision for the future, a city that is productive, livable, inclusive, and resilient. Every road and bridge we construct today is anchored in this larger blueprint for sustainable growth and global relevance.
On his part, the Special Advisor to the Governor on Works, Adekunle Olayinka, said the Sanwo-Olu administration's investment in building infrastructure has provided employment for hundreds of people across key sectors in health, agriculture, education, safety, and through urban regeneration projects.
Developmental support and partnership collaboration from multilateral and bilateral development organizations. Our government believes in partnerships and collaboration, which can hasten development, economic buoyancy, and societal advancement. Lagos State is open to collaboration with interested investors to support the ongoing efforts of this administration to effect key reforms in transportation, environment, public infrastructure, and tourism sector.
That was the Special Advisor to the Governor on Works, Adekunle Olayinka, and now to the rest of the stories. Industrialization remains the key to economic growth and development, hence the need for governments to be deliberate and intentional in enforcing use of made-in-Nigeria products. A renowned economist and guest speaker, Biodun Adedipe, gave the recommendation at the opening of 4-day meeting of the National Council on Industry, Trade and Investment, NCITI, in Victoria Island, organized by the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, and hosted by the Lagos State Government. Adedipe, who used India and China as a leading example of user of locally made products, said there are many opportunities and the challenging confronting Nigeria, which must be tapped into, be economic viable. He commended the Lagos State for being the role model, especially with a recently launched 10 billion naira LASMECO for small and medium entrepreneurs, with a call on other state governments to follow suit to improve the nation's economy.
In which case, consuming what is made in Nigeria is not only economic, it is also patriotic. Very important. So let's not treat it like a slogan. Let's see it as something we all have to unite around. We cannot create shared prosperity if we keep preferring what is imported.
In his opening remark, the Permanent Secretary of Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Nuru Abarimi, stated that the meeting is the renewed commitment of President Tinubu's administration to economic resilience through non-oil sector growth, job creation and private sector development.
Nigeria stands at a defining crossroad. With global economic dynamics rapidly changing, we must respond with agility, innovation, and deliberate policy action. This is why the three sub-themes guiding our deliberations are so crucial today.
Lagos State Commissioner for Commerce, Cooperative Trade and Investments, Folashade Ambrose, maintained that there is need to reinforce the reality of overdependence on a single economic resources, which the National Council meeting will unbundle to chart strategic pathways for shared economic prosperity for Lagos and Nigeria as a whole.
Today, Lagos is not just playing host. Lagos is once again playing leadership. A leadership rooted in vision, defined by strategy, driven by innovation, and anchored on a firm belief in inclusive and sustainable prosperity.
The meeting with the theme Accelerating Diversification by Leveraging Industry, Trade and Investment for Shared Prosperity will end on Thursday. Dignitaries at the event include the Minister of Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Jumoke Oduwole, industrialists, captains of industry, political stalwarts, and members of diplomatic corps. The Nigerian Bar Association, NBA, says it will establish an anti-corruption committee in each of its 130 branches to address corruption-related issues. The chairman, NBA National Anti-Corruption Committee, Babafemi Badijo, in a statement said the NBA National Executive Committee passed the motion for all NBA branches to set up an anti-corruption committee mandatorily at its meeting held recently in Kogi State. He noted that the committee would work closely with local stakeholders, including law enforcement agencies, judiciary, and the community organizations to reduce corruption at all levels. They would also collaborate with the NBA National Anti-Corruption Committee towards a robust NBA coordinated abhorrence of corruption. And out of foreign news, an Israeli military body says it has allowed 5 United Nations lorries carrying humanitarian aid, including baby food, into Gaza Strip after 11 weeks of blockade. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says it's his decision to let in a minimal amount of food for the 2.1 Palestinians in the territory followed pressure from allies in the United States Senate. Netanyahu says food deliveries will continue only until Israeli military and private companies had set up hubs to distribute aid under a U.S.-backed plan that the UN has rejected. And out of sports, Team Lagos has edged out Sokoto with a narrow 25-24 win in the men's basketball in a thrilling encounter at the 2025 National Sports Festival. Sokoto came out strong in the early stages, but were eventually outplayed by the resilient Lagos side. Lagos head coach Duro Olubukola commended both team and their opponents after the match. But just before we go, maintain adequate distance from the vehicle ahead of you to avoid collision. You can follow us on like all the social media platforms. X at Traffic Radio 961. Facebook is Lagos Traffic Radio 961.fm. Instagram is Lagos Traffic Radio 961. You can also subscribe and watch our news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website, which is www.trafficradio96.1.ng. Did you know that under the Sanwo-Olu administration, 18,000 teachers were trained under the Eco-Excel? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has unveiled two major housing developments in the state, the Olaleye New Town Estate in Iponri and the Mega Mount Greater Lagos Apartment in Obele Oniwala, Surulere. A renowned economist, Biodun Adedipe, has identified the need for governments to be deliberate and intentional in enforcing use of made-in-Nigeria products, noting that industrialization remains the key to economic growth and development. We also told you that an Israeli military body has followed 5 United Nations lorries carrying humanitarian aid, including baby food, into Gaza Strip after 11 weeks of blockade. And in sport, Team Lagos edged out Sokoto with a narrow 25-24 win in the men's basketball, a thrilling encounter at the 2024 National Sports Festival. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. The ends the news broadcast compiled by Adirayo Iduwolaya. I am Timi Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for